anyways, here we go with my network. There it is. You can see I have a 42 unit server rack. Open it up quick. We have an HP DL380G2, an HP DL380G3. We have 9 Dell PowerEdge 350s, and a custom built server. Here's the inside of one of the Dell PowerEdge 350s. This one has an 80 gig hard drive, 512 meg RAM, ECC, PC133, and a Pentium 3 processor, 933 megahertz, 1 unit server. Here are some of my personal servers. They have the Intel L440GX motherboard, dual Pentium 3s at 850 megahertz, 2 gig RAM, and various hard drive configurations. This one is for parts only. No hard drives, only 1 gig of RAM installed in that one. No optical drives. This one won't power on. And this one is having some power issues as well. The hard drive light stays solid and the power light blinks. Go figure. Over here is a monitor that I use for troubleshooting equipment. 17-inch LCD hooked up to my laptop. HP NC6220, 1.73 gigahertz Pentium M processor, 2 gig RAM, 80 gig hard drive, built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. 16-port 10 megabit switch, just gets used over here. 2-port KVM switch. A monitor that goes to the KVM switch. This is Pentium 4, 1.8, 1 gig RAM. This one is a AMD Athlon. It's an older one, I forget which model. It's only 1 gigahertz and 768 meg RAM. And here we have an HP D530S computer. Pentium 4, 1.8, 512 meg RAM, and 40 gig hard drive. Over here are various server parts. 2 power supplies for the HP DL380. Have a stack of 72.8 gig hot swappable Ultra 3 SCSI hard drives. Got a stack of 36.4, 18.2, 9.1 gig. Got a bunch of different memory for the servers. Over 14 gig total. We have 2 hard drives, a tape drive, and a tape. Some laptop memory. HP PSC 1410 all-in-one printer. HP Rilo card. Rilo, for those of you that don't know, stands for Remote Integrated Lights Out. It's a hardware level remote control, I guess you would say protocol, piece of equipment, not sure. And then this one is an HP Smart Array 5300 controller. We got a 10100 NIC, dual gigabit NIC, another dual gigabit NIC, and yet another dual gigabit NIC. Here's the console for the server rack. Very rarely have to sit down at it. And here's the front of the server rack. I'll let you bask in its glory for a minute. Up. Cable modem, 8-port Linksys switch, 8-port 3-com switch. I have a 24-port gigabit switch coming in a couple days. It's going to be replacing those. And the whole backbone will be gigabit. Then here's the custom server. Here are 9 Dell PowerEdge 350s, all 1-unit servers. All of them have Pentium 3, 933 megahertz, 512 megaram, and 5 have a 20 gig hard drive, and 5 have a 4.6 gig or 6.4 gig hard drive. We got some 1-unit filler plates. Got an HP DL380G3, two 9.1 gig hard drives, and a RAID 0 and 1 array. And we have 4 72.8 gig hard drives and a RAID 5 array for backup. KVM switch, 4-port. That's getting replaced with a 16-port KVM over IP switch. There's an HP DL380G2. 6 hard drives yet again. 4 of them are 146.8 gig hard drives and a RAID 5 array. Gives me 401 gig total storage. And 2 18.2 gig hard drives and a RAID 0 array. This is my file server, backup domain controller, and print server. This server up here serves routing and remote access, DHCP, Active Directory, DNS, and application. I also host my website off of this one. Here's the inside of the G2. Optical, floppy, all the hard drives are under here. And then there's supposed to be 6 case fans here, there's only 4. Case fans are hot swappable. Pull it out. Nothing too special. Put a new one in, just set it in, push it down. Power light comes back on. Here are the processors. 2 Pentium 3, 1.26 gigahertz, 512K L2 cache, 6 gig RAM, VRMs, voltage regulator modules for the processors, another case fan, and another place where one should be. That's where the power supplies would go. Only one installed, no real need for redundancy on this. The expansion bays, there's 3 64-bit expansion bays and 2 32-bit expansion bays. The Rilo card is 64-bit and the dual gigabit NICs are 64-bit. Pull out the G3 one. The rails on this one got screwed up one day, so I don't like to pull out so easily. This one's a lot easier to open. Just got a little latch, pull it up. Listen to how loud it is. Again, optical floppy. This has all 6 case fans installed. 9 gig of RAM. 7 gigs in online, and 2 gig is an online spare in case any of these should fail. You have VRM, only 1 processor installed. There's a bay for a second one, and that's where the other VRM would go. And power supplies again. And same deal with the expansion base. That pretty much covers it for the server rack. I'm also going to pick up a HP DL580 G2 It's quad Xeons, 6 gig RAM, no hard drives, but I'll be putting some in. I also got a storage shelf coming in that's going to get 1,446 gig hard drives. And yeah, I guess that pretty much completes it for the tour. Well, maybe not. Got all the old equipment for my old rack.